I suppose you've seen a lot of changes in the hill in this area.
Well, when we come to Newton, that was in 1957, come to a little place in Cildrummy. They are less than half the size of it we've got now. And with 12 breeding cows, that was the stock.
Was that it?
Now
Horses?
Oh, there was 3 horses would have been.
And was it our horses at that time? When you started?
No, with a tractor when we come to Newton. With a tractor in 1946. That's the first tractor of it.
Grey Fergie.
Grey Fergie, aye.
Petrol paraffin. I was about to say, aye, petrol paraffin. Aye. See, that's a change. It just happened overnight, wasn't it? It's just the horse to tractor and new to what have you got new?
Still tractors, but it's the next step, I think, tractors working themselves and you sitting in the office pressing buttons.
Digital tractors.
That's what'll happen eventually.
So we've gone from the horse to the tractor to wind power. And near that far away from here, you were digging peat at the Kildrummy Moss, wasn't it?
Kildrummy Moss, aye.
Just tell us about what happened when you went out to dig peat. How was it organised?
Well, there was a moss grieve. I forgot to tell you, going up the road, Black Back, that's where the moss grieve stayed.
He was a manager.
And he controlled the moss. Again, seen that everybody kept it tidy. And if there's one of the tenants maybe was in a cast on peats, the bank fell behind. Again, it was a 8 feet bank, you see, high bank. And if it fell behind, the grieve got moved somebody into that bit to keep it up with the rest.
Keep it straight.
Aye.
So how many folk would be digging? Or you would be casting peat, wouldn't you?
Aye, well, there must have been, I don't know, tenants would have been 14 maybe.
So you are standing in a line, casting the line.
Aye, but it was well spread out because the banks was, again, you had quite a bit of a bank to work on each tenant, like. And the peat was about 8 feet deep, and then it was down onto the hard surface, like the road. So you cut the peat down to hard, took it out in a sled, and tipped it out in this hard surface, and spread them out to dry.
Oh, you didn't stack them recht?
No, you spread them out single on the edge for, well, depending with you, a couple of weeks or a month. And then you went and stacked them, as you speak about, built and bigged them into pyramids, so to run the water.
Oh, aye, because they'll be soaking coming out.
Aye, peat, you see, was just spongy stuff, and it comes out like, yeah, just peat.
So, was it in every tenant's contract, if you like, that they could cast so many peat?
Yeah, there was no restrictions on the amount that you could cut, like. You just, well, people didn't cut more than needed. Do you know what I mean? Because it was a bloody hard job, like.
Of course, aye. But you get the feeling if there was something like, as you said, 14 folks standing up there, it would have been a fine kind of day out at the Moss.
Well,
it was a good kind of community spirit.
It was that, with white hares are running about. And
white hares?
Oh, heaps of white hares up there. There are white hares up in the Moss.
So what time of year was this when you were cutting? Wouldn't it be far off winter?
Let's think now. Between the Hjowen and Eeps and Hearsta.
Oh, so, there were white hares at that time?
Oh, aye. That would have been June, July kind of time.
So did you hear folk coming up with your fly cup and everything?
No, it was over far away. See, it was 3-4 miles for him,
you
like
were
you
hard
see.
done by, weren't you? I never got a fly cup.
No, unless you took a... Well, I don't think could bird the flies in them days. That's a modern kind of thing, as fly, I think.
So you just had to keep working?
Well, quicker you got the job done, the sooner you got home, didn't you?
Was there a good heat off a peat? You would think it would just burn away to nothing.
Oh, but it was hard, you see, once it was dry. It was hard, the peat, once it was dry. What am I saying, your hands, like handling the peat.
Aye.
It was as hard.
So did you take them off the moss with horses?
Well, originally, like,
Aye.
and afore we got the tractor, we got haulage man to bring up them horse with his lorry, and there's a few, maybe half a dozen farmers are good together and loaded this lorry. It's all handy, and that tip is like you have to throw it out again, and then you have to big into your peat shed and keep it dry.
So it would be a fair summary to say you were a hardy bunch of folk.
Well, I suppose it was. Like,
It had to be.
I suppose so. Didn't think nothing about it, but it was a manual. Ken.
Look how just now then, Phoebe, and tell me, fits your memories of this place that time. I suppose there'd be an awful lot more folk working in the parks, wouldn't there?
Well, you see, that's bad. Places is getting bigger. Like that place that we was brought up in, you couldn't make a living in that now. Ken. With 70 acre out ahead. Now you need 200-300 acre before you even start.
But you still can't see them doing in these parks. I mean,
Well, but that thing's doing so quick now. Ken. Great big tractors and great big implements and the job's just doing
no time at all.
no time at all. Like.
Is that the biggest change you see in this house?
Well, I see. The first tractor we had, as I say, was a little grey Faggy, and it was about 25 horsepower maybe. How big's the tractors now? Up to 300, 400 horsepower, the biggest things. But then when you get a bigger tractor, you have to get a bigger implementing on the back of it to justify it.
And then maybe you get a bigger problem with compaction, I suppose. in the
Well,
soil.
but the trouble is with compaction, you don't see the damage you do. It's all underneath the ground.
You're making a basin.
I see you don't realise the damage you do. That's maybe hard to come yet. You know, it's bigger, heavier machines like.
Thanks, Robbie. I've enjoyed this. A great view.
You're welcome. You're welcome.